They are absolutely throwing around money, and that's what, like John said, the machine better get to the round of 32 pretty quick, and we'll talk about expectations
John's
in a
one of the
little
old
bit.
heads.
But I want to talk about another piece that's going to help the machine, and that's Andrew Vereen. He is the first new head IU athletics trainer for basketball in 40 years.
Like for hoops or for the entire
For hoops.
Okay, he oversees just hoops as the
Yeah,
head,
it was
athletic
Gnarl for
it was Tim Garl. Yeah, Tim Garl was there forever, and yeah, I mean, Tim Garl is an all-time great at IU. You know, I mean, he spanned what, like 6 presidencies, damn near, probably 8.
40
You know,
years,
it's
4 decades.
It's yeah, freaking wild. And so, I mean, this dude coming in, obviously, he was part of the staff at Drake under Coach D-Rock, and I think having some sort of continuity is important for new coaches and to be able to establish their own system and communication, you know? I mean, but I don't know if there's that much of effect on it, you know? But I'm happy to have someone new, and I hope that his tenure can go last as long as Tim's did.
Yeah, as long as guys don't get hurt, I'm happy. You know, he's doing his job. I didn't like you said, he's a legend, and like you know, I didn't really see any like drop off and like injuries happen. I don't know. There wasn't like any crazy. I guess it's more like on the weight coach, honestly, is injury prevention. So like you know, replacing a head trainer, you know, as significant.
And we got a new one of those too.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, that's a whole episode, damn near. It's talking about
shit,
the Cliff
dude.
Marshall era. But
Coach Cliff.
yeah, respect to a legend, and you know, obviously big shoes to fill for the new guy. I don't know what his name is, but no.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, last kind of house cleaning item, then we'll jump into the Indiana roster. And I'm not sure who Blankets guy is talking about, which 4-star, if it's Prince Alexander Moody or if it's Ronell Johnson. We're going to talk about him later.
Ooh, yeah,
don't worry.
Could be Ronell Johnson.
It probably is, because this is the voice of college football. We're having a little bit of a basketball conversation first. So I promise we will get to him because he is a monster. Holy cow! But Indiana basketball finished up its non-con. They added K-State. That's now done. There was like half the fan base melted down over the non-con, which like I don't know. I thought the non-con was fine. I thought the non-con was all right. Like Kansas State, Louisville, Kentucky. Like, what am I missing?
Gonzaga, yeah. I mean, it like at the end of the day. Oh, this year? I thought you were talking about last year.
No, I'm talking about this year.
Marquette and Shy. Yeah, I mean,
Marquette's the one. How are people upset with that non-con? I don't understand why people want like. And we'll bring this up later. There was a really interesting argument somebody presented in terms of the football non-con from like a physical therapist perspective, which I'll bring up later. But like, why do we need to why does it need to be a 30-game conference season damn near? Like, why can't we just like have like 5 or 6 games to like gel as a team? Why is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it's like it's year 1 with the new coach. Like, I don't care what your standards are. Like, this team's gonna need till at least mid-January to gel. At least. At least. So, I mean, the idea that like we should just load it up with Kansas, Duke. Hell, let's play UCLA twice, you know, like fuck it.
Yeah. No,
just eliminate the non-con. Just add it. Just
so upset about it.
Why don't we just play 365 days a year? Let's just
this non-conference. Oh my God, this non-conference debate with IU fans it's every year whatever the coach does, he shouldn't have done. According to
iron sharpens iron. Like every
single year.
Going to Puerto Rico.
I mean, 2 years ago, Woody was scheduling. We're tired of watching us go get our ass kicked on national TV. Stop scheduling Arizona. You know, and it's like, stop scheduling UConn. And it's like, well, what do you want? And they're going to say, well, we want you to win those games. Well, we weren't winning them. We still were scheduling, right? This is not a bad non-conference. And also,
It's like pretty.
You got
average.
a game.
Like, it's pretty like.
It's
good.
a solid slate. It's really not
decent.
I mean, I'm just hyped we got Kentucky back on the map, right? Like that's huge for me. I mean, I hate Kentucky more than I hate Purdue, so I'm excited about that. That's a really good non-con game. Obviously, Louisville's a good non-con game. Marquette, that'll be a home game at the UC. Actually, Marquette's got a strong base here, but
that should be a
IU,
home game.
that'll be a home game.
Yeah, pundit, let's
Hopefully,
go.
it'll be down in Lexington. Yeah, we'll go to that game for sure. But no, for the most part, the conference thing, it's a back and forth like chicken and the egg, where whatever we schedule is not good enough or it's not bad enough. And for me, to piggyback off what Goom said, new coach, new system, new players, like new staff, new everything, new vibe, right? New vibe on the program. If you want to build something outside of like what's going on in the locker room, I'm talking buzz, I'm talking around campus. You want to rack up some wins, give this team some confidence to start off, maybe see some threes go in. That'd be pretty cool. See some jump shots go in from 3. That'd be cool. Guess what? When you get a Bethune-Cookman, when you get a fucking Sienna or Incarnate Ward, like those guys on the other side of it, they're still hyped as shit to be coming to Assembly Hall. That's still like a marquee game in their career. So it's like what people say about the Garden, right? All NBA away players play better at the Garden because it's like the ultimate show. And we're always wondering every year, like, why is this ginger from Navy absolutely pulling on us right now? Army, whatever. Why is the I don't even remember this kid's name, but one of these kids, he had like 40 on
IPFW
us.
drop 95?
No, and it's like because they're kids and their teams, whether they suck or not, they come in and we get their best, even when we suck because it's Assembly Hall, right? And they're not, we saw with the Woodson teams that were flawed and they were, they weren't gelling, right? Especially in the beginning of the last 2 seasons. They were, they were kind of sleepwalking through some of those non-con games and it was pissing people off, rightly so. It takes a moment to gel. I like what Deeves has done with the schedule. I think we got some good ones. I think we got some bad ones. And I think there's going to be some of those shitty teams that probably end up making winning their conference tournament and making the tournament, right? And also, everyone just needs to chill. Like, who fucking cares? You have no saying on the schedule. So guess what? Buy your tickets, put your candies on, and get ready to go. Like, that's all you can do. And so that's kind of how I feel on non-conference.
I think one thing I want to point out about the schedule that's kind of interesting is that, usually they go like about 2 a week. There's a stretch there after the Kansas State game where they get Bethune-Cookman on a Saturday. Their next game is on a Saturday against Louisville. Then that next game, they have a whole week off for Kentucky. Then they get another whole week off after Kentucky to play Chicago State. And then they're kind of back on the two a week grind. So they kind of have some time in that early December area to kind of really figure some things out. If they're, maybe, dropped a couple, to whoever that 100%. May be. So,
and they're going to
I really like how it lines up, and I think it's going to really set them up to be not only better prepared, but also probably healthier going into January where Big Ten play is going to start.
No doubt.
By the way, that might be opened up because Big Ten play, low key. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that schedule has not been announced.
Whatever. Everyone can ignore that.
Still, I see it as a big,
aggregate it and blame Goom later. That's what I.
Yeah. We never blame Goom. That's the rule. Never blame Goom. He's always right. You guys.
The fact that I was able to correct myself, though, that's ball knowledge right there. That's what I was saying.
That's the fastest
it's awareness.
Fastest stat correction in Indiana Hoosiers live history by far. Right.
Yeah.
You guys have been chomping at the bit to talk about the roster. One of the things that, like, when we were having conversations on the side in our chat, we were talking about bringing Pundit back when the roster was finalized. We were waiting on waiver announcements from Goody and Leal. I'm glad Philip just said something about Jon Rothstein in the chat because it read my mind. This is exactly where I was going. Watch this transition. I'm going to use Jon Rothstein to leapfrog into the talk about the roster, but Jon Rothstein said they're going to be the 15th best team in the Big Ten. I just don't see any way that's possible. So let's use that to break down the roster. First of all, initial thoughts seeing the Jon Rothstein question pundit.
I mean,
sorry, Goom. Guess first, I guess.
Guess first.
But all right, so people are going to be mad at my take about the Rothstein thing. I don't put any water into, what bullshit is a national writer writing about Indiana. I've been a fan too long to fall in that trap, right? Because that gets engagement, first of all. And Rothstein's no idiot. He's a college basketball junkie. He knows what he's doing. But, right, I don't think we're going to be 15th. I really hope not. I think but I do think we're a lot more likely to be 15th than we are to win the league. So I don't and I'm pretty sure in the article somewhere he stated until I see it on the court, I don't really know how to feel about this team. That's how I feel too. Right. And he's obviously doing something kind of, it's semantic. Putting Indiana at 15th, right? It's what they do. It's what the national media does. They use IU's big name and big following, right? That is one of the major things about IU basketball is that there are millions of fans, and we're the second biggest graduated living alum. I know we talked about that last pod, but still got to bring it up.
Bring it up again.
Got to bring
it up every time. People forget.
Every single time.
1 million followers on Twitter, Indiana basketball.
Yeah, my reaction was I like how you said, it's like engagement. Like every year we're either projected to be third in the Big Ten or probably nowadays with the mid-major
exactly
by 15. So, it's all just clickbait and we fall for it every year. And it's probably one of the big issues with the past, like the Woodson era, but that's a whole nother conversation. We bring level recruits. We get, baited by these national writers putting us, we're going to win the Big Ten. We don't win the Big Ten. Everyone loses their mind. It's just like when will it end? But honestly, reacting to that, super fair. If you look at the roster, tons of mid-major guys, tons of question marks. There's not a single guy from last year returning to this team. There is nothing to even project from this team. There's nothing to project.
Hold up.
As of right now.
I'm gonna pause you right there. There was online speculation that a blurry ginger figure did appear in the background of one of the Indiana practice videos. It has not been confirmed or denied whether or not said potential ginger was Luke Goody.
Oh no! Get off your tinfoiled hat. Get off your tinfoiled hat. There's no shot that Goody's getting that waiver. Just the way they built the roster.
Leo's waiver was denied, but I mean, you're right. But they do have a spot. They have a spot.
They do, but
they brought in the 7'3" kid from Spain.
No. Who?
Right? Then they bring
in you're thinking of Luigi Ciugo, the 7'3" Italian.
He won't be coming this year.
His official. No, he's a 2026 kid.
Okay.
Real quick to answer Philip, Mike Woodson burned up the trust for Indiana basketball with national media this year. Philip, Mike Woodson did not burn up the trust for Indiana national media basketball coverage. We collectively, multiple coaches over 25 years have burned up that trust. And that is what's happened, right? It's fun to report on IU media for them because they still get clicks, and we're kind of a scapegoat program at this point where it's just it's smut. They can just shit on us and we can't say shit, and it sucks. But the lack of success in Indiana basketball is for much further than Mike Woodson. It's an institutional, systemic thing, right? Starts with the board of trustees, which shout out Pam Whitten for screwing that up too recently. What an idiot. Nonetheless, I think back to the Rothstein thing, right? I don't think we're going to finish 15th. I'd put us middle of the pack. I think we're going to be a borderline tournament team. That's my expectation. I don't hate it though, right? I don't hate his take on it. Take out the number, go read what he said. 3 dudes that have legit power conference experience. One of them's Enright, who's I don't see him leaping to a 12-7 guy. I think he's going to be under 10 points, and he's going to be a really big energy piece and play good D and share the ball, but I don't think he's an all Big Ten guy at all, or even honorable mention. And then, Tucker and Sam Alexis, who also, he didn't get much tick at Florida either. So we have one real guy who's succeeded, exceedingly succeeded in college basketball power conference, and that's Tucker. And I don't have any really doubts about Tucker. He can shoot the rock. He's the coach's kid. He's going to be featured. He's a hell of a scorer. But the rest of the roster, right? Someone said something on Twitter today that I responded to, and it was like, how can he cite us having mid-major when, Iowa has or UCLA has Dent and Iowa has Sturtz? And it's like, because Sturtz and Dent were featured number one options on teams that went and won and upset Power 4 programs in the tournament, period. End of story. It's not that Lamar isn't good, right? Like, Lamar is good, but he played on a 13-19 Bowling Green team or whatever the fuck he went to.
Bearcats with a K.
You know what I mean? So, like, there's a big difference between averaging 21 on a team that barely won 13 games and a team that went to the tournament and upset someone. So that'd be my take on it. I don't think people need to overreact to Rothstein. That's what he wants. But that's a little wishful thinking of me to assume sanity from our fan base, right? You throw out a nibble, they're like piranhas. Well, piranhas.
Yeah, I think to your point of Rothstein knowing exactly what he was doing, like, if you sat him down in a room face to face, we're like, do you really think Indiana's the 15th best team in the league? Gun to head, he probably isn't putting them there. But when you have the unknown, we'll call it, then it's like you can kind of play around with it. And it's like, yeah, you go for what's going to drive the most engagement, and Indiana's down right now. Argraw says, what's going on? This is supposed to be CFB. Are things that slow with Indiana?
Check. It's
no. See, here's the thing that people don't understand is that, and I'm going to say this, I'm a football guy. Like, I almost feel out of my depths talking Indiana basketball, given how much history there is in July. But, like, in 49 other states, it's just basketball. This is Indiana. Like, it's just, I don't know what else to tell you.
We've been doing football the past 8 weeks.
Right, and we got an hour on football.
We're going to cut out a little 1 hour for basketball.
We have an hour on football too. Don't you worry.
And then we're locked in.
Don't you worry. These guys are multidimensional. That's the great thing about this podcast. They're multidimensional. They don't need to shut up and dribble, right? Like, they can play multiple sports. They go out for the football team. They go out for the basketball team.
Here, I'll give you.
Take a moment though to appreciate the IU fan base being like, "What the fuck are we talking about basketball for? Talk about."
I was thinking that.
Love it.
Let's just appreciate that moment.
No, things aren't slow with Indiana football. I literally released 3,000 words on Indiana football today on vocfb.com. You can go check that out. From purgatory to powerhouse: the rise of Curt Cignetti's Indiana football. That's live now. 3,000 words, Argraw. 3,000 words today.
Yeah, go kill some time, It'll check in with us in like 15 minutes,
I promise we're going to talk football. I will say this. I will say this because this is, like, again, 49 other states. This is Indiana. I'm like putting basketball completely on the back burner after this week. Like, we're going towards media days. That's going to be the 22nd through the 24th, I believe, in Vegas. And then we're like right into fall camp. Like, this is full blown football, and we're going to push up to 2-3 shows a week probably during the season. So, Argo, I promise, come back in 15 to 25 minutes. And
Argo, I cannot wait to go to Happy Valley this year.
I'm pumped to go to Happy Valley. Shout out
Argo, though. Shout out Argo,
just checking it out.
That's a real ball. That's someone who's pursuing ball knowledge, and as a fellow ball knower, like, you have to respect that.
100%.
You have to.
Philip wants to know what's the show's Big Ten basketball power rankings. I'm going to pull myself away from this because I'm not saying the number one team.
UCLA, Purdue up there. Illinois is probably gonna be okay.
It's
everyone else.
Hard
Michigan's gonna be nasty. Those are probably the top 3 right there.
Everyone Michigan's another. Luxembourg or what is that how you pronounce his last name? Yaxel,
the
dude from
Yaxel.
They're still gonna be good.
But other than him, they're they're not bringing.
They
back
bring back Roddy Gale. They bring back a couple guys.
It wasn't even a double-digit score.
Burnett, still, dude.
I mean, Purdue's going to be nasty. Purdue's going to be nasty.
Yeah,
like
UCLA.
They're going to be so nasty. UCLA is going to be very good. Oregon's going to be good. I mean, they got Biddle and Shellstead back. Those guys
USC
killed us
might be
last
making
year.
a comeback.
Biddle's back.
Biddle's back. Kwame's back. Yeah, they're looking good. I mean, Michigan State, you can never count them out. Illinois, they got all the itches. Ivisic, Stojakovic, Petrovic, Mirkovic.
Hey, we got a Stitch.
Yeah, I mean, we got to follow them. We got to start getting some of those freaking Serbs or whatever. We got to invade the Balkans and take some of those players because seriously, they're doing something right over there. Obviously, but
dude, the European hoopers are. It's the fundamentals. It's the way they train. It's the people have been claiming for like decades that AAU is ruining the American basketball product, and like you like kind of get side-eyed, and then like you look at the way the European kids are coming up, and it's like, oh, holy cow! Some of those guys,
no doubt,
they're also like 21.
Yeah, I mean, they're also adults, which is again when you can pay for play like 100%. But real quick, closing up the Rothstein thing. 15th, obviously, clickbaity. I think they're the 5th, 6th, 7th best team in the conference right now before I watch them play. But like, I'm not going to put any limitations on this team.
It's
like
Indiana,
what if
they're
they just
top 10.
Like they're going to move the ball really well. They're going to defend the perimeter really well. Like they're not going to have a problem scoring. Like this is going to be a really fun basketball team to watch. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. Like they're a team built for the tournament. Like. Yeah.
I will
volume
say,
scoring from the outside and guard play. Like it's so if they can, and I think they should be a tournament team based on the amount of money they spent on the roster. And which like that's not a fair way to look at things, but like
it's not a bad way.
When you have a team like Indiana football and you have Kurt Cignetti on one side being like my wallet's getting a little thin and Indiana basketball's got a blank check, like they better make the tournament.